Hey everybody! I can't believe I'm here. I made it. I can't believe I'm here. I don't know. How are you doing? I've had a long day. I've had two doctor appointments today, and they took everything out of me. I had to take the day off of work for the two doctor appointments. So, um, today we're going to talk. Oh, hi. My name's Hannah Parker. I am one of the founders and the principal community analyst at Blue Shark Friends. And my my goal today is to tell you about what's been up with us for the past couple weeks, what we've been up to. But also, no, that's basically it. Tell you what we've been up to. So, yeah. There are three things. One is the Sonder Speculation Kickstarter has like 9 days left, I think. Something like that.
That would make it four things then.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, four things. So Sonder Speculation. This is issue 1. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Really cool, really fancy. You can get it hardback, but you can also get it softback. And you can buy this now at Sonder Speculation. But for the Kickstarter, I think Joseph's going to throw up a link for me, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's for issue 2, which I'm also an author in. I'm so excited. And it's fully funded. Woo! So, yeah, that's so exciting. It funded more than the last one funded. So, like, I get the impression Carlin Carter knows how to use Kickstarter, and I just completely flopped. I keep thinking that. Like, you gotta do better, Hannah. No, it's fine. Um,
Doing a follow-up Kickstarter is always easier than doing a first Kickstarter.
yeah,
Because you're building on prior reputation.
that's true. Um, so that's going. Let's see, what else is on our project? Sending out the emails for the first backers for our old Kickstarter is still on our to-do list. So great. So is taxes. It's only March.
Somebody's watching, but I can't tell who it is because it's only telling me that you're watching. But
Ah,
it says there's another person.
that's exciting. Hi. Um, we're not out of it at all today. One Piece live action comes out today, so I'm excited about that. So what was I saying? Oh, Kickstarter, it is funded. There's 9 days left or so to back it. Um, really excited about it, and I just want to let you all know about that. And then the other three things we're going to talk about are our community agreement that we've been forming. So this is really basic when building communities, is that you kind of have an agreement about what you want the culture in the space to be and how things change. And we've been, when Josie and I first started, we kind of kickstarted that and do something together. And we're like, well, that will be the first iteration. But now that we have an actual group with an actual culture and people we trust, we started asking for feedback and getting an idea of what our community agreement is going to look like. So I want to talk about that. And then I'll talk about the two big projects that we started this year. One is we have our first vendor for
Art goods.
for our shop, which is really exciting. Um, and so we were able to provide a discounted price. The other thing is, oh, we're bringing back the LAN party. I'll tell you about that one more. So that'll be the climax. Okay. Community agreement. So basically, We wanted to start talking with the rest of our community because more or less we had opened up our community last spring, added a bunch of people, and then functionally closed it off. We didn't officially close it off, but um
Capacity.
we didn't have capacity to keep onboarding new people, so we just switched gears, and that functionally was like shutting the doors. Um, my child out there stomping. Um, so that's something we want to open back up for people who are interested in becoming crewmates and deckhands. Um, and we're trying to figure out what are the rules for bringing new people on so that the people in our space feel comfortable with how new people come in. Because a lot of spaces will just say anyone's allowed in and everyone's allowed in, and as you grow, it becomes you never really know where people stand or what they've agreed to or what kind of accountability expectations there are on them. And so we want to start making some of that more explicit and kind of teasing out what informal things have naturally developed in our space and formalizing them.
Have a formal understanding of what it means to trust someone.
Yeah. Because that's the point of Blue Shark Friends is teaching people how to move at the speed of trust as you build community. One of the best things about the internet was that it was open to everyone. One of the worst things about the internet is that it's open to everyone. And such is life. Um, but if we want to carve out our own spaces, then we have to have processes for that. And we didn't want to be like, I don't know, queens deciding the law for everyone. We wanted it to be a community project, and that's what's happened. And so some of the things that we've come up with is like, um, our first idea is how do people go from becoming crewmates? Be- how do people go from being interested in Blue Shark Friends to becoming crewmates? And our the things that we came up with were that someone else who's already a member needs to like know that person for a year, and everyone needs a chance to like vote on whether or not they'd like that person to join. Um, and that person has to at least be willing to fill out our form that says, I'm interested in joining Blue Short Friends. We've had a lot of people say, oh, I really am interested in joining, and then balk as soon as they got to filling out a form. I think part of that is because our form's not as accessible as it could be. But some of it is like, that's a step that makes something feel more real. And so that's okay. Um, Um, and then, you know what? I said that wrong. That's the first step for becoming a recruit. That is like getting started. Our, and it's mostly just you're recognized as someone that would be a good fit. The other next piece is becoming a crewmate, which we do an ID exchange to make sure that we can verify who you are, and we do like a video call. These are things that banks do when they're verifying a person, and we wanted to have the same level of um, can't think of a word.
Accountability.
No, thoroughness in our process. Um, and for becoming a crewmate or deckhand, our role is just going to be all the pirates have to be able to approve you. Becoming a co-owner, we're exploring what that could look like. Our biggest thing is that having worked with us for a year, as a crewmate or deckhand, and um, also being invited into the space and all of the pirates being okay with you becoming a part of the group. So that is kind of how we figured out how people can come in closer or further away. One of the things that I've been exploring is how similar this process is to relationship anarchy. In like how everyone kind of naturally moves from one level of relationship to another as they pass different milestones. And um, that what we're formalizing is what is our level of trust that we've built up in these spaces. Um, so that's just, I don't know, I think it's really cool. And that is something that we're exploring and learning. Once we have it nailed down, we'll make it public. But right now, it's kind of internal to our community as we're hashing out ideas and stuff. Special shout out to Juniper and Fred and Alice for support in
Oh, Cajun.
helping us figure out some of the pieces of that. So that's really cool. Okay, I'm really excited because I've been wanting to talk about this. So we got our first little project. Do you guys remember the little mantises? Aren't they like adorable? There's like
Manta Rays.
manta rays. Uh, there's like a parent manta ray and a child manta ray. They're super cute, very adorable, and I am so far away from my computer, my phone, but we'll post pictures of these in the comments of Facebook. Um, anyway, we actually were showing off some of the stuff from our Kickstarter that people had put together, and someone's like, "Hey, I'd like to place an order for those." And so now we have an order placed, and now we have um, a plan to pay one of our deckhands through that. So it's really cool seeing our shop like start to build some momentum, and I'm looking at figuring out how we can formalize our process for bringing on new people who are as vendors. So that is one of this is Sage's product that they made. It's super cute, and I'm really excited about it. So kudos to Sage. Okay, the last thing, and this is our big project. Um, we're going to bring back LAN parties. So we have a project to help people build their own local social media and for it to kind of functionally be air gapped, like actually separate from the internet so that people can like build their own websites and not feel like not have to worry about whether or not they feel it's safe and people can get access to it, right? It can be in a very specific place, and unless you're in that place, you don't have access. Um, and that's really funny because that's function how LAN's local area networks worked. I don't know if you've ever had a LAN party. It's a very millennial thing. But basically, you'd get a bunch of people, they'd hook all their computers up to a shared switch or a shared Wi-Fi router, and then they would play games together, and all those computers would talk to each other. Um, and we're going to functionally build that. We're looking at doing like a hub and spoke model where we have like one main server that has all of the power and then a number of small terminals, maybe like cheap Chromebooks or something that can connect to it, and then making it so that people can connect with their phone and other computers in the long term. But yeah, so we got that project, and it's really interesting because it's so it's like rebuilding the internet from scratch.
It's retro.
It's so retro. And like what is Meta or Google going to do if you and your friends get together in the house and hook your computers up together, but you're not connected to the internet? Like that they're not going to get to that. The government's not going to get to that. It's your own private space. And bringing that back because computers can do that still. It's almost a technology that's not lost, but is being forgotten.
Yeah.
And we're bringing that back. And that's our next big project. We're still figuring out, we're researching what that's going to look like, how we're going to prototype it, how much it's going to cost. It might even be part of a future Kickstarter. Those are things that are still in process, but I wanted to give you guys an update. And if you have any questions, please ask us, because as we build this, we want to build it in such a way that other people are easily able to replicate it and build their own versions. Um, and that's how we do things. So the more feedback we get from other people who could be interested, the better. One of the things that we really like about it is that having a space that we feel is safe for our own children, that is separate from the internet, but they can participate in social media like aspects, um, sounds really nice and still gives them more flexibility than like a teen account or something, but keeps them segmented off enough that we're not worried about them getting like attacked by some pedophile in government or something. So that is um, that's something we're really excited about. It's our next big project, and we're slowly moving forward. We did find out that our Prezi subscription charged us again for the whole year that we were supposed to cancel.
Whoops.
Yep. So if you ever feel like I could never do this because I will make stupid mistakes, there you go. Stupid mistakes. It happens. You just keep moving. I would not be able to do this without the support of our community. Um, when people who've come together for us, people who are constantly like encouraging, offering to help, and um, even more than that, letting us move at the pace that we have capacity for. It's every day it kind of astounds me that I'm running a business like this. Like I was told this is supposed to be impossible. I thought Americans run everything 24/7 now, and in fact, the people around me aren't like that. The people around me are like, we move at our own pace, and that's okay. So, if you're ever thinking you can't do this, I want you to know that don't listen to the ideas of capitalists and tech bros and podcast creators who are trying to tell you that it's impossible, because if it was impossible, I wouldn't be doing it. I don't have a lot of extra capacity. I'm just, I take sometimes a couple weeks to fill out a contract and put it together. And that's like, I'm gonna keep beating myself up for that, but the people I'm working with trust me enough to keep working with me. And what else is there to ask for? Like, make it normal to do economic activity with the people you care about, because no one else is coming to save us. So, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. I know that you can do this. And I try to end every single time saying the same thing: you can do this. And I believe in you. So, happy Tuesday! It was so good seeing y'all. We'll have our next Shiver meeting on Thursday. Um, and then another Shiver meeting next Tuesday. And then our partner meeting the Thursday after that. So, um, we've really gotten into a rhythm. And that's really exciting. And people have really stepped up. That's really exciting. So, I'm proud of our people. I'll let you know when we are opening our um, community up so more people can join. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.